If you've been in Reno long, you probably remember the Liberty Bell on South Virginia Street. It was a great spot for prime rib. Remember that, Joe?
Yeah.
It was where you could find all the cool old slot machines.
And as Aaron Breen shows us, it's where Marshall Fay began a lifelong love affair with Reno's history.
Slot machines are just a part of the fabric of the great state of Nevada. And you'd be hard-pressed to find anyone who knows more about them than Marshall Fay. He even has a few at his home.
Our grandfather, Charles Fay, invented the first three-reel slot machine.
And you can see it in the Nevada State Museum in Carson City.
There's 4 of them known, at least that's what Marshall told me. And we have 2 of the 4 that are left, so that's amazing.
Charles Fay built them in 1899.
He was known as the Thomas Edison of slot machine makers, and this was really a machine that set the standard.
Now, this was all in California, where slot machines were illegal, but Charles Fay's grandson, Marshall, saw a clear future for it and headed east.
My brother Frank and I decided to come to Reno with the machine. And the only place that we could find was a little red barn. It didn't look anything. We wanted it to look like a saloon. It didn't look much like a saloon. So we changed the facade.
The Liberty Bell was unlike anything else in town. It was an original, most famous for its prime rib and for all those machines they packed in.
We only had 28 of our grandfather's inventions, but they were pretty significant.
And Marshall scoured the country, collecting enough more to make anyone's head spin. And slots paid off for the Fays.
So we operated $3 machines for a while. And customers come in and buy a rack of dollars, and a rack of dollars was $100. They buy $100 at a time.
When the Liberty Bell closed in March of 2006, some of those machines were auctioned off. But the core of the collection was sold to the Nevada State Museum.
And then the legislature bought it, and then it belonged to the people of the state of Nevada. And I think Marshall and his brother Frank wanted to see that happen so that this core collection, the 27 machines, would stay together and be for future generations.
Marshall won recognition from the state and from the governor. He's a world expert on these machines. They were his passion, that's for sure, from their inner workings to their beautiful craftsmanship.
He's written this wonderful book that's been, thousands of copies have been made, and if you're a collector, you're going to buy Marshall Fay's book.
And it's available in 3 languages. Now, back when the Liberty Bell slot was invented, you couldn't patent a slot machine. Remember, they were illegal. And a competitor in California brazenly just took the idea.
One of them was stolen in San Francisco from a bar, and the only thing stolen was the machine. And then a few months later, another competitor came up with the exact same slot machine, the Liberty Bell.
But get this, years later, the grandson of that competitor moved to Reno, and he lived just 5 doors down from Marshall. Now, what are the odds of that?
He became my best friend. Well, we get together and all we talk about is slot machines. It's fun.
And so when that competitor sold hundreds of slot machines to Frank Sinatra for the Cal Neva up in Tahoe, Marshall benefited too. Not financially, but with some very rich and valuable memories.
So he got 4 tickets for the Rat Pack, the grand opening.
Yeah?
So we got to see the Rat Pack, and that was great. They had a bar on stage, and they were drinking as much as we were.
You can find Marshall's books and his pictures of the collection at libertybellbooks.com. This is Aaron Breen.